Today I want to show you how I painted Jazzy Giraffe. This is a giraffe that has been humanized and plays a big upright bass or a double fiddle or bass fiddle, whatever you want to call it. But it's a giraffe wearing glasses, by the way, playing a bass, an upright bass guitar, bass fiddle, not a guitar. So this is what the finished product looks like right there. And I'm going to show you how I did it. But I used the Procreate app on an iPad. So let me show you that real quick. I will one day do a live one, but this is going to be the time-lapse one, and I'll narrate as we get through it. So here's what I used. There it is. There's the iPad, and there's the Procreate app, and I'll explain all of that in another video. But for this one, I'm just going to narrate the creation of Jazzy Giraffe. Okay. So it starts out with a blank canvas or blank drawing space. And you can see I already brushed in the outline of the giraffe, and there is no reference photo that I used of a giraffe holding a bass fiddle. So I had a bass fiddle photo that I used as a reference for that, and I had a giraffe as a reference photo for that. So I did have reference photos for the two elements, but of course then I had to, fictionalize them, cartoonize them, and humanize them. And you can see at this point, after I did the rough painting with the broad brush, I'm going to explain that in a second. But then I went to a finer point to sketch in what I thought would be a nice composition. Compositions are the first most important part of a painting. And and there's a lot of stuff that evolves, as I'm working on a piece of art. I change my mind about things. And in traditional art, if you're using pencil and you change your mind, you have to erase. If you're using paint, you have to paint over it. In digital, you can create a new layer and save the stuff you did earlier because maybe you don't want to erase it. Maybe you do want to keep it. So let me explain about the broad brush. On Procreate, the app, you can use a variety of brushes. You can have the brushes that come with the program, and you can download brushes that people have made. You can make your own brushes, which is kind of cool. But just like in traditional art, I tend to not believe that the brush is going to make the artist. It's the artist that makes the brush. It's the other way around. So you could literally use a Q-tip and probably do a pretty good painting. In digital art, you want to look for the brush that you like. So in this particular one, I used the gouache brush. And the gouache brush simply means a brush that puts down paint like gouache paint. So it's really gouache paint, not a gouache brush. However, that's what it's called. And that was the first stuff you saw. The second thing you saw, which is already done, is the sketching in. And that was a pencil. That was, a digital pencil, not a real pencil. And then I sketched it in. Once I had the composition done, then I could add the shading and the lighting. And just as composition is really important, shading is really important, and lighting is really important. Lighting and shading is kind of on the same chapter, but you'll see in a second what I mean. So here you can see the final images. It's really coming into shape, and you can see the reflective light off of the side of the bass fiddle. You can see the backlight reflecting off the side of the giraffe's head, and you can see I put the glasses in there, and I put some reflective light on the lenses of the glasses, and now I'm just adding the final touches to kind of give it a little bit of light. This is now where I start to add the elements that make the lighting part of the picture. So one of the things you can do with Procreate or with Photoshop or with any app really, digital art app, you can create something and then blur it. You can make it blurry. It's called Gaussian blur. I might be mispronouncing it. So that's what I did with the background. There I'm putting in just brush marks, light and dark brush marks that seem to complement the the color palette of the drawing of the giraffe and the bass fiddle. I put some down, and then I blurred it a little bit using the Gaussian blur. Let's see if you can detect when I do that. This is very fast. This might have taken 3 hours to do. Oh, there goes a blank. Okay, well, anyway, so that's the whole thing. There you go. Hopefully that helps. I want to make some videos in the future where I just have the camera on the screen, or maybe even on an actual piece of paper while I'm doing traditional art, just to kind of help share whatever knowledge I've gained over the years of doing stuff like this. And hopefully it helps. Again, the app I used is called Procreate, Procreate. I found it on the App Store. I don't know where else you can find it. It's probably everywhere. And it was very affordable. And I used it on an iPad Pro. And then I edited this video on a MacBook. Okay, hope that helps. And if you want to, we sell the prints, by the way. We sell them on pixels.com. You can buy different prints. So you go to, I'll put some links on here. It'll be easier. I can't remember the names, so I'll put them on after in production, post-production. All right, bye.